Boy, our childhood movies is ruling in today's time. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, da, da, da. Miles Morales. Ba, da, 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 da. Ruling the box office. Straight ruling the box office. Mario Brothers, Transformers, Spider-Man. Bum 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 bum. All my childhood movies and toys and all that stuff in the day is ruling today. Yes, ruling. Now, let's talk business. Now, I'm going to give you one crack news, something that I normally give to my Patreons. Now, we kind of spoke on this on the Patreon already, so let me bring them up to speed just a bit. Just a little bit. Global retail sales of licensed merchandise. That's where the money is, people. See, all the people who are struggling with finances and all this job, I can't get this, I can't do that, they will always buy toys for their children. Always remember that. Right now, we're looking at $487 billion in revenue. That is crazy. The industrial market is crazy right now. This is food for thought. You see, if you're in Las Vegas, they have something called a licensing expo. And you need to check those out. Find out where there's a licensing expo going on in your town. Because you want to know about licensing. You see, that's where you can get to have a product that you can license and have put in stores. Sure, it takes development, it takes everything else, but if you're already doing these things and you already have a licensed product, look to try to get someone to help you distribute. Because you're missing out, because global retail sales worldwide is crazy. With all the economy being the way it is, people are still buying toys and merchandise. And merchandise just don't have to be toys. It could be t-shirts. The number one selling product right now that is still in the top sales is Star Wars. They haven't dropped the movie in a while. But they're making money with merchandise. This is how George Lucas was so smart. Way back in the 70s, he knew this is where the money is. The money is just the vehicle to sell merchandise. And now Warner Brothers is making a killing off of Godzilla and Kong because of merchandise. They put this armband on Kong just so you have to go out and get Kong with the yellow armband. You got to get the pink Godzilla now. You had the blue one last time. Can't have the same one this time. No, because you want them to keep buying the merchandise. New movie, new merchandise. Can't just stick the same gorilla out there. He's got to have some flair. Now, when you get all these groups that get together and they find that moviegoers in the categories like I just showed you in the video with the Transformers, Spider-Man, Super Mario Brothers, all the old cartoon movies like from Mattel, and it's all coming to the movies and they're banking. They're making bank. And they outperform the market. And you seeing a grow now, a growth in sales. And when you have massive movies coming out, because the movies are now backpacked, because films are coming out, summertime is rolling around, and these kids can't wait to get out of school so that they can run wild. Now, becoming the number one property for the year with more than 700 million in sales, it's it's crazy when you look at Star Wars and see how they're doing. Jurassic World came back with a vengeance, started making money. The Avengers started selling. The Minions started selling. And they always sell those Minions. That's how they can keep making those movies. Because the kids love the Minions. The Minions were never supposed to be the story of the movie. It was supposed to be about Gru. He was the star, and until the movie came out, then it was all about those Minions. So they was like, look, we got something hot here. It's these Minions. Everybody loves them. And this is kind of what Star Wars wanted to do with the pugs. But they didn't know what they were doing. But when you have licensed intellectual property, you see, when you have that, you are able to get a piece of something that is going to sell over and over again as long as there's a vehicle to push it, to boost and push that product. There are people making so much money now in merchandise that everyone who has a YouTube channel is having merchandise. Everybody who's on Facebook, they don't even have a YouTube channel. They just got a Facebook page. They're selling merch that they don't even own. They don't own a shop, a location, anything, and they're selling mugs. They're selling coasters. Any product they can. Merchandise. And people will buy it. People will support it if they like it. This is what people do. And you need a vehicle to promote it. Your channel is that vehicle. And that is your licensed intellectual property. And if it's your licensed intellectual property, you could turn that into something global. Who knows? The size of the global licensing market is on the rise. And it's showing strength because you don't even have to be in charge of distribution. You can have somebody ship it to somebody, you don't even have to see each other. Now, surely they're going to take out a share for doing all the transactions of getting the product from A to B, but you did all the selling. Now, if you want to do everything yourself and deal with the headache, you can. You'll make more money. But it's time for dollars. So every year, normally Disney is going to crush when it comes to that department, and Star Wars normally crush because it's year round. Products, lightsabers change, and now that they have Disney Plus series, it's more merchandise, it's more individual new characters that they could just make toys on and sell them, and people will buy it. Now, the last film adaptation was kind of a letdown. People all had their ideas of how it should have ended, and it didn't end that way when it should have. But that's not the point. it still made money in the merchandise department. The Minions was another big hit for licensed merchandising. They was helped out with the popularity and extensive ways of the color of yellow, just like SpongeBob. You know, a lot of people say they're a knockoff of SpongeBob, but it's what they caught their eyes that they kind of got like this TikTok thing. They look like Tic Tacs, and they're just Tic Tacs with pants or overalls, and they're just running around. Well, when you look at entertainment character licensing, that's a whole different thing, and you have like top licensing for property types. You know, that's still in the like you're looking at about 200 some billion just for that. You see, when you get licensed products at retail and corporate trademarks and all of these things, you're looking at 70 plus billion more of that. You know, so it's pretty crazy when you look at the numbers. The fashion industry, when it comes to that, is at 29.8 billion. Mm. Well, amongst other categories, apparel will always keep going up, and once it's in the 50, 60 billions and all of that, and all of the worldwide sales put together, you're looking at royalties going up. You're looking at 7.8% of a growth rate. And when you have higher retail sales and increase in average industry royalty rates, you know, that's like 8.2% to 8.5. You know, the US and Canada retail sales of like licensed merchandise will increase by 3.9%. You know, so that was pretty much a lot. Well, I just think the global market share declined slightly, but uh, the next biggest regions in the Western Europe, it's like 51 billion in retail sales, and in Northern Asia, China's, Japan's, and South Korea, they're like 28 billion. So, so anyway, I'm out. Thanks for your time. God bless y'all. One Crack News saying subscribe, hit the like button. I'm out.